Good morning, classmates. I am Architect Karen Orlando Luciano, and I will be discussing about approved change requests. An approved change request refers to a change request that has been submitted by the requesters. It has been reviewed by the appropriate parties through use of the integrated change control process and has been granted authorization to take place. Approved change requests can take place at many points throughout the project management process and can range from a very early stage points in the process, such as a request to substitute an alternate team member or an alternate location, or can be much later along, such as a request to alter the deliverables or a request to receive an extension to the deadline in which deliverables are scheduled to be completed. Also, it can vary by project, budgeting and or assigning party exactly what changes may be made without submission to the full integrated change control process, and which may be made without submission to this process. In some cases, minor changes may be made by the project leader without any approval. Approved changes might either expand or reduce project scope and may also cause revisions to project budgets, schedules, procedures, the project management plan, and so on. Change requests can be internal or external to the project or organization. As an example, you may need to make changes because of a new rule that affects your project. Approved change requests will be implemented through the direct and managed project work process. Deferred or rejected change requests are communicated to the person or group requesting the change. The disposition of all change requests are recorded in the change log as a project document update. Approved change request review. Approved change request review is a part of change control, which is a project management process wherein all requests to change within a particular project is evaluated for approval, rejection, or deferment. The approved change requests review is an important process because it lets everyone in the project know about the changes and how they can adapt to it. While it is often applicable to big changes, minor ones can be implemented by the project leader without seeking approval from the stakeholders. Change request output. According to the PMBOK guide, a change request is a formal request to bring about a change that will require revising the documents, a project baseline, a deliverable, or some combination of all three. Implementation of change requests may incorporate two types of actions. They may also require defect repairs or updates. The first action is the corrective actions. Some corrective actions may be started by the specialist team without the project manager's input. In this case, the project manager will take corrective action to undo such work and take it back to the originally agreed scope. Another example could be that your supplier is not able to deliver the equipment needed for the next project phase. The project manager will want to exercise their contract options by forcing the supplier to provide rental equipment until light and deliver your order. The second action would be the preventive actions. A preventive action involves anything that will reduce the potential negative impacts of risk events that may occur. Contingency plans and risk responses are examples of preventive actions. The project manager should be aware of such contingency plans and risk responses so that they are able to implement them at the first sign of trouble. Defect repairs. A defect occurs when a project component does not meet the requirements or specifications. Defects might be discovered when conducting quality audits in the perform quality assurance process or when performing inspections during the quality control process. Validated defect repair and a defect repair differences. This is the result of the reinspection of the original defect repair. In other words, you found the problem with the product during the quality processes. You corrected the problem, the defect repair, and now you are inspecting the repair, validating the defect repair. So make certain the fix is accurate and correct and fix the problem. Update. This is the changes that requires update to the project document so that the new information is captured and recorded. An example could be that some of the documents that might require an update could include the scope statement, budget documents, the schedule, risk management plan, or risk response plans. The next topic is the work performance information. Work performance data is gathered through work execution and passed to the controlling processes. To become work performance information, the work performance data are compared with the project management plan components, project documents, and other project variables. This comparison indicates how the project is performing. Specific work performance metrics for scope, schedule, budget, and quality are defined at the start of the project as part of the project management plan. Performance data are collected during the project through the controlling processes and compared to the plan and other variables to provide a context for work performance. For example, work performance data and cost may include funds that have been expended. However, to be useful, that data has to be compared to the budget, the work that was performed, the resources used to accomplish the work, and the funding schedule. This additional information provides the context to determine if the project is on budget or if there is a variance. It also indicates the degree of variance from the plan. And by comparing it to the variance thresholds in the project management plan, it can indicate if preventive or corrective action is required. So, interpreting work performance data and additional information as a whole provides a context that provides a sound foundation for project decisions. Work performance information includes information about project progress, such as which deliverables have been accepted and which have been not accepted, and the reasons why. Work performance information produced includes correlated and contextualized information on how the project and product scope are performing compared to the project baseline. It can include the categories of the changes received, the identified scope variances and their causes, how they impact schedule or cost, and the forecast of the future scope performance. So here are the examples of work performance information. Status information on schedule progress, whether deliverables have been completed or not, start and finish status of scheduled activities, quality standards, expectation results, authorized costs versus costs incurred to date, estimated completion time for scheduled activities in progress, percentage of physical completion of in-progress scheduled activities, experience-based knowledge acquired, documented and posted to knowledge base, and details of resource utilization. Work performance measurement, or the WPM, is once you get the status, you compare it with your planned progress and come up with work performance measurements. They are the comparison between the planned progress and the current status of the project. So here are the samples of the work performance measurement: schedule performance, cost performance, quality performance, and the risk performance. So this will be the end of our report. Thank you for listening to us.